What you looking at, boy? What you looking at? I got a TKO on wherever the pool is at. What you looking at, boy? What you looking at? Got two tulies of my own, I don't need to play. Hold up, no sir. Step into the mic, bring me closer. Sabotage back in the lab, and to stop that, you gonna have to go through both. That's swole up. Anytime I pull up the bars, I buck up my shoulders and pour the heart. Word to God, my gears push to start a feature, but my skill set a la carte. Woo! You don't understand. I got some sins in one palm of my hand. Balls are always frigid and bodies get numb every time I demonstrate.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. It's Monday night. I'm fired up, baby, because it's the one and the only knockout out with your boy. The notorious one, the biggest one, your mama love him and all that. TKO. God, I love to hear it. I love that sound. Because I'm gonna be hearing it this Sunday, excuse me. Sorry about that. This Sunday. It's something different. It's been a while. But we'll be wrestling this Sunday. And I'll be defending this here championship title. That's right, folks. Had to make sure I brought my baby with me. That's right. That's right. Brian said my mom does kind of love you. Just say, hey, thank you, mama. Hey, I'm glad you like to listen to the show, mom. And my brother right here, Brian, hey, good man right here. You raised a good son, as well as I thank him every single week for listening to us and being a part of the knockouts, tuning in as he's out here serving our great, beautiful country. And I'm just so grateful that a brother like him joins every week as well as you too, mom. Maybe like one day, like when he gets back home station, nothing crazy or nothing like that, but we all need to meet up one day. That'd be pretty dope. It'd be awesome. But ladies and gentlemen, to the knockouts out there. Thank y'all for coming back in. And for everybody that's tuning in this week, thank you guys so much for joining in. Here at the Knockout Hour, we like to discuss combat sports and sometimes I like to talk about my life because I'm also a professional wrestler. I've been wrestling now for 7 years. I primarily stay in the North Carolina area, like what you call the mid what do we like to call that? The Mid Atlantic. There you go. So right here, you won't believe this, but they took our checks away this morning. So sad. And you're right, man. I dude, like let's talk about that. Hey, I got nothing else to do. Let's talk about it. First and foremost, I think that is ridiculous. And Amanda, shout out to the first original female knockout. That is. Thank you for coming back. Appreciate you. But no, honestly, as an American citizen that works every single day uh, here in this country, I love this country. There's no better place to be. And I'm not saying that despite any other country or place that you're from. I think everybody's all and welcome and we love everybody. But to know that our American citizens that's working hard for our US government is not getting paid because we're going through a government shutdown. I would personally say it has nothing to do with party lines. This is ridiculous. I know that I'm not getting too political because that's not my field. I'm not intelligent enough to know enough information to be saying things that may or may not be true. But I do know one truth is that if a man or woman on they worked hard for someone, they should deserve and definitely owed their money. Especially the individuals out here that protects us and make sure that our health is in order and also that our elderly and our children are protected. And it's ridiculous that we stay in this country and we sit here and work. We pay taxes. We go out here and we do so much in our daily lives to make sure that we uphold the great country of the United States. Yet people like Brian and everyone there at the 86th Air Left Wing of the United States Air Force is not getting paid. I don't get this place no more sometimes. I don't. I really don't. And it's so sad. It really is because like you would imagine when they were saying the American dream when we grew up, I'm only 38. It's so crippled because of our government officials making decisions that only benefit a certain group instead of all Americans, which is ridiculous. I would say again, it's not about party lines at all. It's about what's right and what's just. American citizens will potentially lose their health care benefits and or it will be tripled, possibly doubled in order to be able to be seen and being taken care of. After again, putting money into this country by working, also by helping others. That's again voluntary work that doesn't even go into your pocket, but yet you still, as an individual, as a human, which we all are on this planet Earth, always try to do because it's right and it's just by taking care of one another. Forget color, forget all the things again that separates us, and what brings us all together is we are American citizens that deserve to get paid for what we work for. Without this United States Air Force, as well as the military's other military divisions that protect this country and our freedoms that we do have and we're able to express, we also had the right to protest and speak up and say to the people that do not believe that is right and just that they have a voice too, because these people keep this country going and moving every single day. Not a bunch of dudes up there in Washington, D.C. And I say, appreciate the support. We just came home from a mission and now we will be unpaid. So exactly, exactly. What are we really doing here, guys? Seriously. I grew up, I'm here in Alamance County, North Carolina. For a lot of people that don't know, if you look up my city that I live in, you will see a lot of, I'm going to be honest, I don't see no way in the world that if you tell me just because we're in the South and the Confederate flag has something to do with legacy is ridiculous. I'm sorry, I don't agree with that. I don't. See, when you have a flag, see, long story short, how could you openly use a sign of the loser in order to project to say it's for a whole culture? So again, me being raised in the South my whole life, being born up north but raised in the South, that's ridiculous, dude. To think that just because I'm brown skinned, I should be treated different because that's what your or you try to tell me as Americans heritage is. That was not the case. No, I am not. I am a free man. I will always remain free because my Lord and Savior will always protect me and my family, and His will always be done. And then a lot of times, especially for people out there like Brian, you really question sometimes, was it is this really worth it? Is it really worth it to get up every single day and bust your tail when you know that I've never in my life known this for the government to feel like every single day they're imposing their will and trying to take more money and make you pay more for everything that you already deal with every day and somehow try to tell you that this is going to work out for you. How is that possible? How? How do you tell a person to get up every day and work a 9 to 5, 12-hour shifts, drive a truck, fly a plane, protect our country without getting fair compensation to be able to take care of themselves and their family? Yet I need to be worried about the government obtaining money from terror. I don't care about that. I don't care. I don't care if we're the richest country in the world. I don't care. That's there's neither here nor there for everybody out here that's waking up every day and they busting their tail to try to put food on the table and everything it takes to be able to make it to get to the next day. And every single day since this administration has been here this year, it's like I wake up every day and be thinking maybe this is a nightmare we'll wake up from. That's how horrible it really feels with this administration. I've never seen so many people lie in my life and have no integrity at all. To know that when the truth comes out and when the law is served just and for what you've done, I cannot wait because you are owed 110% of that because of what you're doing to the American citizens. At this point, the world police, because y'all got more interest and worrying about doing everybody else's bidding instead of making sure that Americans are taken care of? What happened to America first? Or is it serves your interest just as much as, say, the rest of you and your little homeboys or homegirls? To all the people out there that families are being stripped away because of ICE agents, I pray for you. For everyone out there that did not, like Brian and several, all of the military forces are not getting paid. We are praying for you. Seriously, are. I am. Because, and like, and the God knows my heart can't be able to fulfill every manifestation in my mind just as much as everybody else. Because just like you said, Brian, no matter how much you pray right now, that check ain't gonna turn up in your hand right now. It's not gonna be in your bank account. But I do know that at least the Lord will enrich your heart and soul to know that you are loved by the great creator and you will be taken care of. Because like you said, you're still here. Even after doing the mission, God stay fit to put his hand on you and protect you as he will keep protecting everyone out here. And I encourage everyone to please keep believing. And I know it's hard. I know it's tough. Trust me. My life ain't to any stretch of imagination what you think is to say is sweet. No. I get up every day just like every single one of you guys. Honestly, 6:30 every day. Rain, sleet, or snow, working or not, I get up at 6:30. I have to feel like my day has to start up with a purpose. And from there it starts. My day goes on. It's no different than everybody else. We all breathe the same air. We all work hard to try to do the same things and put our pants on the same way. You know what I'm saying? So I just tell all you guys and ladies to who you believe in, because I know a lot of people believe in different um, believers, creators. What I don't know, I'm not a great kind right? But I would say Laglingas, Laglingas. But I would say though that you must steadfast to be determined to again keep praying, keep believing, keep knowing that God is always going to be good. It's going to be just. Just know that His will be done. But you have to find a way to keep picking up your cross every day and keep moving. You have to keep going. It's like a shark, baby. A shark has to keep moving in order to stay alive, and that's what we're going to do. So, to every American out there, man, again, you may not receive the check, and I pray for you guys. I really do because you guys deserve it. You guys earned it, and y'all need it, just like everyone else. Now, I would like to get into really quick at this point to talk about a review of the homecoming game that went down last Friday between my high school, the Graham Red Devils versus Southeast Alamance High School. Now, Graham High School is one of the original schools in Alamance County. Um, and so, with that being said, over time, we only had 6 high schools in this here county until recently, of 2 to 3 years ago, we had a high school added named Southeast High School, Stallions, that is. And what they've done since then, of course, when a new school gets built, lines get moved. And a lot of these school movement of the lines have made some programs better and others worse. But I wouldn't sit here and talk down on anything to say like the educators and the administration, again, people above me at this point. Uh, Knowing that I'm not as involved day to day, I'm not gonna talk down on these people. But I would say that the so last year what I did was I helped out with the team and I held the first down markers uh for Graham High. And then mine, it was for the home games. And they only won one game last year, and it was the homecoming game. They fought back, they won in overtime, and it was amazing. Uh, so come Friday, this past Friday, it wasn't the same. Nowhere close to the same. They got whooped. I mean, 71-0. Now, and that 71-0 shellacking, I was with a good friend of mine, Damien, which he's a good hip hop artist. He got a group named New Carolina. I got to get the name right. Make sure I get it right before I say it, because I'm one of those type of people. I may say something wrong, but New Lana. There's a good little. They got like a little country hip hop thing to it. I like it. It's pretty dope. But me, was there. He was a graduate of Graham High School, and shame on all you other alumni that didn't show up, because the crowd for the first time all year was packed. It was the parents for homecoming, of course. The kids out there looked handsome for the men and beautiful for the ladies. That was great. But despite of it all, it's the homecoming game, and I would say I know these coaches try hard. In my opinion, I think they should have not been running that offense, because they are really depleted in talent and size, and it starts with the weight room, right? When I was in high school, we hit the gym every day if we could. Heck, it was 2 days. 2 times we had it during the summer. I used to hit them every single day. Those 2 days, that adds up, because this team right here, be honest, man, they don't even hit the weight room. And if you can't be able to push anyone off the line, more or less push up the line, then you ain't got a shot in the world. And I just think those kids wasn't. It's not their fault that they don't have the right structure in order to succeed. Instead of they're just playing football and we just can't. That's not the case. Those kids don't suck. Uh, it's just circumstances of you need to develop a strong weight room in order to have the kids over that 4 year span. So if you start off as a freshman like I did, I went from 160 pounds to my senior year at 195. So that's because I went in that weight room. I pushed myself. We pushed each other. We was winning. They haven't had a winning record since I graduated in '05. Because if you think about football years, it's the '04 season. So for 20 years now, they have not been 500 or better since I left. It's the weight room. It's the determination. Playing something and giving it all you got to state everything. I can wrestle a wrestling match, excuse me, with no working out beforehand for weeks on end and still put on a performance. But if I sit there and work out and give it everything I got, I'll give you something to go home and write about. You know what I mean? So that's what I see as the difference. And like I said, young brothers out there, just keep fighting. I personally believe with 31 students on the team where several injuries and all, you kind of got to look out for the kids' safety. And I think, and again, it's just my opinion. If you cannot suit 40 kids that's being able and willing to play football, then you don't need to have that team playing high school football. They need to shut the program down until you have a minimum of 40 kids, because they cannot compete with 31 kids and then they're only using 15. There's no way. There's no way. But beyond that, I had a great week. I can't sit here and complain and um, say anything was, if it was bad, I'll be realistic. I'm not even going to talk about it, because we're going to keep the positivity rolling for right now, because I'm in good spirits, good vibes. But before we get to the rest of the show, oh yeah, I took my hair out earlier today. I'm sorry about that, y'all. I like the crick list. I'm going to get my wife to do it in a couple of days after this match Sunday. That makes y'all look good. But we're going to play a song real quick. Let's keep the energy up. Let's get fired up, because after this, let's get into some boxing, MMA, and wrestling. And yes, sir. So we're going to go with OC from NC. Dr. Jarreau, I like it. It's fired up. Let's get it.
I'm probably laid back with a bad one, big pack in a magnum, big pack full of magnums. Wait, we done got to the last one. See, I'm not like the last one. We done popped out in traffic, we done popped out in fashion. Hey, like we just popped out the plastic, we just popped out a classic. Big old knot, I was laughing. We just stopped out in Dallas. We just watched all the Mavericks. DJ just knocked off her lashes. She get dropped off the classes, but I be teaching her other shit. Like I be teaching her brother shit. Like we gon' trap today, the little brother shit. We gon' rap today, we gon' cover shit. But I'm just him in the town, really. I'm in here, but the town with me. That little bitch from the town. Had your bitch at the round table, like motherfuck what you bring to it, baby. How the fuck is your brain doing? I'm in touch with what came to her. How the fuck is my name booming? I'm just him in the state, really. Philly joint say she hate Philly, but she throwing subs if we ain't chillin', nigga blowing up. My little cuz said growing up, shit was going up, shit. Knowing us, that little nigga drunk, throwing up, shit, throwing up, shit. Throw it up, fuck. Hey, was down, now it's on the bus. Bust down, now she wanna rush. Touchdown, 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 now she one of us. Bust down, right in front of us. First down, right in front of us. Look, touchdown. Hey, wait. I feel like Marshawn, you know why I'm here, baby. Wait. I feel like a Marshawn, and I'm flying here. Is shit finna flying here? Is niggas gon' die here? I already killed shit, nigga. We can get the fuck out of here. This shit out of here though. This shit gotta go. This shit gotta go. Gotta blow. This shit hit from the cell. This shit Dr. Jerome. Got in the dough. Cause that strap on jeans. Them shit's not the Jabos. Got with the bros. They leaving this bitch clean or this bitch not finna close. I should get stock in the foes. SMJ for the code. Can't wait for them lows, bitch. SMJ for the code, bitch. Used to couldn't wait for them road trips when picking up weight on the road. Cuz picking up weight on the road. Hey, we gon' wait on them though. Fuck it. Was down, now it's on the bus. Bust down, now she wanna rush. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Now she one of us. First down, right in front of us. Bust down, right in front of us. Look, touchdown, touchdown.
Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. That's my man OC from NC. Yes, sir. That's my guy. And man, that's Project 25 right there. That's his newest album he has. And that's the song Dr. Jerome. And if you like it and if you love it, please hit him up, man. I'll say he got a dope catalog. You'll love all his music. Matter of fact, I don't know if he still has it on I would say probably Spotify. I hope he has that album on there. His first one, The Artist. Man, I was actually on there for a skit. So I hope I can find that song. I got it on my CD. You know what? I'm gonna find a way to upload that to YouTube or something for real, because I love that. Because TKO was in the song. But anyway, if you like that and you love it, man, please hit them up. And then if you are a hip hop artist out there, if you're thinking, hey Teddy, I want to get my music played on the Knockout Hour, well, please hit me up. That's gonna be at iconprowrestling.tko@gmail.com. Let's make it happen, Captain. All right, man. So we have my man Ryan. Oh, it's like Danny Garcia. Excuse me. We got the former two-division world champion Danny Garcia capped his farewell to Brooklyn Carl with a ferocious fourth-round knockout of Danny Gonzalez on Saturday at the Barclays Center in New York City. New York, not New York City. But Garcia, with a 38-4 record with 22 knockouts, landed his trademark left hook, to finish and overmatch Gonzalez, which was 22-5-1 and had 7 knockouts. 45 seconds into the fourth round of their scheduled 10-round fight at 154. Gonzalez crumbled to the canvas with his ankles folded, awkwardly bent underneath him. He attempted to beat the count, but fell back down as soon as my man Henry Doc ended the fight. Now, Garcia, 37, was the first fighter to headline a boxing event at Barclays Center in 2012, where he knocked out Mexican legend Eric Morales with a left hook in the fourth round. I guess now y'all got to see that patented left hook, baby. Gotta watch out for that. But Garcia says right here, landed the same punch in the same round against a different Mexican opponent in the main event of his farewell to Brooklyn card, which he promoted under his Swift Promotions banter. Now he improves to 8-2 at Barclays, and although he has had his final fight in Brooklyn, Garcia says there was a high chance that his boxing career will continue. So I think that is awesome. To see someone again at the age of where I'm at, fighting at a high level and coming out with a victory. He started a story there that he had to tell, and he ended it just like my man John Cena is going to do in a couple of weeks, as we're getting towards the end of the year. But I would say shout out to Danny Garcia because I think again leaving the sport is really hard and it can be very emotional. Um, I've known in my career taking time away is it's a hard decision because you love the sport so much. But then to know that that's only one part of your life and you have so much more to live for. Like I'm 38, just like he's 37. So imagine to say, let's say if I had another spin around with another 38 years, if I retired today, then I want to enjoy every second of that. I really would, because mentally I'm tired. I love me some wrestling, but physically, when it comes to performing, I can get so tired. Um, because when you start in this business of being a professional athlete, you have certain goals and milestones you want to hit, and for some, once they achieve those goals, they just set another list. Someone like myself, it's more on the other end of I achieved one thing entertainment wise performing, but I want to be better and crush it on the business side because the other 38 years could be sustainable that this takes care of my family name, number one being Ireland. I'm the last one. When it comes to me, I'm my dated son, I had all daughters, right? So in order to know that I'm paving the way for my three beautiful daughters, that they will be able to one day have their children, don't have a worry and care. That's my main concern. So to say like, am I done physically in the ring? No, just like Garcia. But he is saying this part of my career, I'm done with that, and I like to go out on top as he did with finishing with the fourth round knockout and ending with a fourth round knockout in the Barclays Center. So shout out to Danny Garcia. Good stuff, King. I've seen that, and it's sad news, by the way. Recently I did report that um, Ricky Hatton passed away, and he, in my opinion, when I was a young man, watching wrestling, I mean boxing, excuse me, he was one of the most phenomenal fighters of his time. He was able to go against the greats like the Floyd Mayweather, which again Floyd starched him, but it's Floyd Mayweather. But the sad part about it all is saying it was suicide. Says former boxing world champion Ricky Hatton was found hanged at his home, a coroner uh, court heard Thursday. The 46-year-old was discovered unresponsible by his manager, Paul Speak, on the morning of September 14th at his home in Hyatt, Greater Massachusetts, Manchester. The Stockport Corners count McCourt was told. The details was given during a brief 10-minute hearing as the inquisitor, Lord have mercy, me and my dang on pronunciation. Inquest into the death of the proper former boxer was open and adjourned until March 20th. And it's one of the things, man, they said that it was caused by hanging. Man, that really sucks. And that's a good sign that if people's out here and if you're listening to me right now, if you're going through some things in your life that you think sometimes you may not be on where you normally be your normal self and you just feel like you need someone to talk to, you guys please go get some help. Please. For someone like myself that I know several times I would have loved to have had counseling through some tough times in my life, you know, especially with heck, it can be anything, you know. Primarily me, I knew um, losing someone, if somebody has passed on, I have a hard time dealing with that because, you know, it's the knowing that you won't be able to see them on this earth again. But I had tough times with that, like, because I always had my family was tight knit. My grandparents now are gone, and you know, it doesn't hurt as much as it used to every day. Don't hurt as much. However, if you're going through something, don't be afraid and don't be worrying about what people think about you. You have to take care of yourself first. Please invest your time in self care. Please try to seek out a medical provider. I've seen that online. That for a lot of people that don't have insurance, like myself, there are some counselors that's willing that if you be able to afford to pay out of pocket, they have where you can afford that option as well. But I encourage people out there, please, before you say it's over, please talk to someone. Because heck, maybe just there's a lot of things that could be the cause, but we really hate the fact that this happened to Ricky Hatton, and we hope you find peace. We really do hope you find peace, bro. One thing I would like to add to the boxing side of it is that they have added a fight. Now, this here is former MMA fighters. You got um, former MMA fighter Anderson Silva will return to a boxing ring against one of his greatest rivals when he faces former UFC middleweight champion Chris Wildman on the undercard of the Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis on November 14th, and that's gonna be in Miami. I think it's gonna be pretty dope, man. So it's gonna be a 6 round heavyweight bout. So for these two being former middleweight kings in the MMA world, pretty dope. They're gonna do this at heavyweight. I think being realistic too as well. It's kind of hard to say that you would expect someone at their age and after all the bouts that they have that they need to worry about a weight cut. This ain't that, and that ain't this. But that's awesome. That is really awesome because I think everybody remembers these two gentlemen right here because they also had two of the most gruesome injuries I've ever seen in my life when it came to MMA. For those that don't know, Anderson Silva was going against Chris Wildman in their first bout, where Anderson Silva did a leg kick and Chris Wildman checked it, and Anderson Silva's shin imploded. It looked like it wrapped around his leg, and oh my god, it was horrible. Horrible to watch. I'm not encouraging people to go out here and go look for it on the YouTubes, but whew, it's something when you see it once, you don't want to watch it again. So, but yeah, and then unfortunately, later in Chris Wildman's career, he did the exact same thing that Anderson did. He snapped his shin the same exact way because the fighter checked it. And those type of injuries is, whew, it's hard to watch. And for me being a wrestler, it's really harder to watch in my mind because looking at joint manipulation and knowing how wrestling the heavy part of MMA, the way you can control somebody and do things to someone's body and the duration of it all is wild sometimes. But for it to be just as simple as something that they have done 1,000 times or more, and just this time it just so happens it snapped their shins was wild. You know what I'm saying? But these two gentlemen right here may get the crowd fired up. Who knows? May go out here and duke it out and get that fight card loaded up. So we'll see what happens with that, man, because that may be pretty dope. Maybe a good fight to watch. Maybe a good. So that's the rundown when it comes to some good old boxing. And let's go ahead and slide on over to MMA. See what's talking about there. Okay, Brandon Allen gets the upset in the UFC main event against my man Del Ritter. And yes, sir, it was in Vancouver. It was a 4th round stoppage right there. Despite accepting the fight on short notice, Anderson, which is 26-7, swore he would break the Ritter 21-3, and he did exactly that. He exhausted the Ritter on the ground and forced the Ritter's corner to throw in the towel between the 4th and 5th round. The result snapped the Ritter's 4-fight winning streak in the UFC, and which began last November. He was originally supposed to fight Anthony Hernandez, but Allen stepped up after Hernandez withdrew due to injury. And Allen had a quote here that says, "It feels good to do exactly what I said I would do." This was me 3, 5 weeks off the couch. I told you I'm a different monster. When my head is clear and we're on, I'm the best in the world. I like that. I like it a lot. And then I see here that he also, since it's fired up, because after a big bout, anybody can get it. That's how it always is, right? But with him, he also said right after that bout, he challenged UFC's middleweight champion, Kamsat. Really, you gonna come out Kamsat? Really? You gonna call him out? He been called out former people like my man Dricus Duplessis. And he won a rematch with Shane Strickland after he took the fade in 2020. Hey, brother, I will tell you this right here. Glad you got a good win, but hey, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Because sometimes you don't want to put the cart before the horse. And I know the biggest thing is you got to sell those tickets, baby, because that's what the sport is about. You got to put that money in the bag, baby. Got to put that money in the bag, baby. But don't write checks that your butt can't cash because you talking about the cream of the crop, the top of the top. And we'll see what happens because sometimes you get what you ask for. That's money, baby. You know what I'm talking about, D. You know what I'm talking about. It's all about that money. So, young man, my man Allen, talk that talk and get that bread, baby, because that's all it's about. It's about the fight game. Now, when we talk about that money, my man Jorge Masvidal got 5 million of them things for a 2024 fight versus Diaz. Because a Florida judge awarded UFC veteran Jose Masvidal a default judgment of over 5 million of them things in his lawsuit against online platform Famo, the company that promoted his 2024 boxing match against Nate Diaz. Good God almighty. That's what I'm talking about. Get that money. Because being a promoter, your job is again to build the fight. If you promise somebody they're due, you got to come through. So it really comes down to these two opponents said they'll throw down. The promoter got to provide, and since he didn't, he had to go get that money, and he did. And I'm glad he did because some people need to realize, man, that it may be an exhibition and things may be all grand and fun and all that stuff, but we still are the commodity that you're paying for. Right? Let's say you're going to watch, let's say Fantastic Four. If you're going to watch that movie, you're paying, let's say the movie theaters charge you $10. Do you think that's actually enough for what the work that those people went through? You know, we don't put that in consideration because, again, we want what we want. It shouldn't matter how we get it. We just want it, right? That's the consumer's thought, which is perfectly fine. But to say that the market has to be determined in order to make sure that they always going to be good. So again, a producer, studio, Universal Studios, if they putting out $20 million to make something be done. In this case, let's say Fantastic Story, probably 200 million. They got to make sure they get that investment back. And so, like with promoting and boxing, and even MMA, you're only as good as your word. Because if you're not able to come through and fulfill your obligation to this fight, not only are you going to lose the money when you go to court, but you're also going to lose the respect of the boys and the ladies in that sport. And that right there is harder to gain back because money comes and goes. But to know that a promoter is going to make sure that you get the bag as well as cover their behinds, then that's the promoter I want to wrestle for. That's the promoter I want to fight for. It's knowing that someone's going to fight because they want their company to succeed. Because the more they succeed, the better the company is. So I think that'll be one of those things that these guys in the future got to realize. You can't keep cheating everybody. and it's going to catch up to you. And the Florida courts decided, hey, enough's enough. Pay that man his money. So that $5 million, congratulations, man. Spread it around. All right, man. So we're gonna get into some good old wrestling talk here. As we had Cody Rhodes kicked off. Oh, sorry about that. We're gonna start Monday Night Raw. Sorry. So we had Monday Night Raw, and this right here was the follow up to the WWE Crown Jewel that was held down in Australia. As a lot of people know, that Seth Rollins was victorious in winning the match between him and champion versus champion match. And now he's the new Crown Jewel champion as well as WWE World Heavyweight Champion. They always starting out the show lately with the vision, which is irritating. It really is. Because like it goes back to the same thing of like what worked before, it worked because of the time it was in, and we're at a different time now. And I think things of yesteryear of consistently putting the same people on TV to start off a show and end it, it's getting kind of cliche and it's boring. We all know that Triple H did the Reign of Terror, and I think he's trying to do the same with Seth. The thing I think he's trying to get is he wants people to um, turn and boo Seth, but it's hard because the fans today doesn't see wrestling as they used to because the product's not the same. Um, Also, people like myself are not children no more, so we have seen we've been so destigmatized from the TLC matches, the matches with the headshots, with the chairs, Hells in the Cells. It was like every week, you know. And I think that now we live in so much of a society of what have you done for me lately? So we don't allow performers to cook. And I think Seth is really trying to cook and being a heel, but it doesn't work. It don't. He doesn't seem like a leader amongst people, especially two guys that's bigger than him. That don't even make sense to me. Like, why would they listen to him? So a lot of times I think that like it becomes boring because at least Triple H looked the part. He looked like a beast, because everybody at that time was bigger guys. So it looked like Triple H was right there in the thick of it. He didn't seem that he was uh, far from being a heavyweight champ, if not being the champ. But I think with Seth Rollins, it's like his ability to make the crowd uh, stay with him is also his downfall because you need heat in today's wrestling to really turn the temperature up and get the big bucks, right? And I think that that's the problem with Seth is that when they start the show with him, it's not even heat. Like I want him to stay on TV. It's like go away heat, like go somewhere for a week. And I think that's kind of weird, that they're trying to do go away heat with him. But we got Dominic Mysterio versus Penta in the Intercontinental title match. And of course, my man Dirty Dom still win. Still that man. Like I love me some Penta. I love both these guys. And I'm glad that WWE did this match because it does show that putting Penta in there at championship match get the crowd even higher up than they already are for him. He has tremendous work. But I think Dominic, and I done said this for years when he finally left his dad. I believe if Dominic go hit the gym, right? Put on about like just hit the gym. Like let's say more defined cut like Roman used to do with the vest, right? I swear to God, if he go hit that gym and get about like a jack 245, 240, bro, he will be heavyweight champ without question. I think Dominic Mysterio will be heavyweight champion within the next 3 years. And I think if he literally just bulk up, I would say, or cut. I can't tell because he always. But man, if he hits that gym just a little bit harder, bro, he gonna be dripping with too much sauce. You know what I'm saying? Because he already got it. Like, imagine when he turned on his dad, the crowd used to love booing him out of the. They booed him so much he couldn't even talk, and that's fun with the crowd. They enjoyed it. but they really just had a disdain for him, right? And then it manifested, kept growing with the Rhea story. Then it flipped that with the mommy and it went to Liv. Now it's like he at crossroads and possibly could be with Roxanne Perez. I like that. Like that keeps the show fresh. It makes me think about Dominic's a player. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that's a problem with wrestling too. I'm pretty sure he's a very happy in his marriage. I mean, again, it's all assumption. I don't know, but he's very much married, and he's out here still performing and doing things with women. And the way he does it is so good because y'all really believe this man is really with Rhea Ripley to a lot of folks, and I think that's good. Wrestling needs more of that, and I think that's what we missed is that fans have it's a thing to me like let's say when I was growing up, I was envious of how Booker T and Queen Charmel had it so well put together for each other, right? On stage because it looked real. Uh, Even Beth Phoenix and Edge, I like how they display. Cause you see nothing but like passion of love for one another, and then this business. But yet, people still find them highly, entertainable, attractable. They catch the eye, and I think that's the problem with wrestling misses is the playboys and the ladies. Cause ladies, ladies like to go out here and do their thing too. Nothing wrong with it. Hey, I'm an equal opportunist when it comes to that, right? But again, when you do your thing, not me, I'm good. But I just think that that's what fans are missing is that instead of feel like the wrestlers can get with each other, it used to feel like they can get with the wrestler, and that's what made it even more. You had your Jimmy Del Reyes, which I used to love me some Jimmy Del Rey, boy. That he used to hit there with being that bow-legged stance, bro. If you ain't see Jimmy Del Rey entrance back in the day, y'all don't know what y'all missing. So after this show, go check out Jimmy Del Rey entrance. Just watch it. Because that man had the machismo, bro. He had it. But then we had Rhea Ripley versus Kyrie Zane. And this is continuing on again after their match in Australia, the home of Rhea Ripley. And your winner was Rhea Ripley after a very good tag team match that happened at Perth, Australia. They definitely make a great pair. I think like that everyone's saying online is that they're gonna probably try to continue this story that goes into Survivor Series to build up the women's uh, two faction teams. So we'll see what goes down the War Games match. I did see this past weekend Rhea Ripley did break her nose, so we will have to see if she goes back to wearing a mask, 'cause like she did when she broke her orbital bone. Because I'm pretty sure she don't want to miss no TV time. But she puts a mask on and looks like a bad tail, like she did before. I think we all good. And then we have Bronson Reed versus Jimmy Uso, and this is another continuation of what happened before and the Crown Jewel in Australia. And your winner was, of course, Bronson Reed. Then you have Bailey and Lyra Valkyria versus Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez. They've been having this beef going on for a while now, and your winners is Bailey and Lyra Valkyria because Bailey snapped and went ham and completed the match. I do like what they're trying to do with Bailey because I would say this about Bailey. I do think she's a great wrestler. I just don't know why they can't get dialing in for her. Like Becky got her thing. Um, a lot of her peers and friends have really got the ball rolling. Like, no disrespect. It's like Naomi leapfrogged her in her short stint of being a heel. She leapfrogged Bailey's whole like heel gimmick for the past. In my opinion, Bailey has not. She been doing work, but it's like it's hard to remember like what it really was when Bailey was on top and everybody was behind it. Because I think the heel run really messed her up. But we'll see going forward. And your main event for that evening was Jay Uso versus LA Knight versus CM Punk. And this was for the opportunity for number one contender match. Um, and your winner was CM Punk. Now, your winner being CM Punk right after the match happened, a lot of things went down. And what really broke down was Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins. You should have watched your back, big dog, because Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker turned on Seth Rollins. It looks like the division is now over, potentially. We'll see what happens tonight on SmackDown, because I think they did start at 7 o'clock or 8. We don't know. It's on Netflix. Because I think, again, they need to get their programming right with that, too, because I know that Monday Night Football is also at 7 o'clock tonight, too. So I don't understand why would you go up an hour if you're still competing with them on the. Y'all all work at the same. Yeah. Anyway, because I don't get that. That's kind of programming that don't make sense. Like, I don't think ESPN would be promoting Go Watch WWE right now as they have a live show on for football. Kind of weird. Anyway, but Seth Rollins, a lot of people is out here speculating that he is hurt. They're saying that he apparently got hurt in that match with Cody Rhodes when he did that coast to coast dive. That he'd been dealing with a lot of injuries, and this is a good time for him to get it all patched up, and I think so as well. I think Seth Rollins, every time he gets that championship, it seems like he's cursed with it because he tries to wrestle to prove his worth with the belt, but I don't think he has to. I think he needs to learn how to take a Roman Reigns approach to it and be less seen and more heard, if you get what I mean. I think a lot of ways he come out here and talks too much, but don't really have anything that sticks to you besides his little catchphrase. See, Roman comes out there. He's a man of few words nowadays, but when he does, it shakes the WWE universe. And I think we will see what happens with Seth Rollins going forward. If he is hurt, we'll wait for his return. But yeah, man. I think that their Bronze did the right thing. Real quick, with Friday Night SmackDown, you had Cody Rhodes kicked off the show. Meh, mid. And then you had Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss versus Sol Ruka and Zarya. And the winners was, of course, Alexa Bliss and Zarya defending the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. And I've seen that they all walked out in solidarity together. Man, I know Charlotte is working so hard to keep trying to be a baby face, as she should, because I love me some Charlotte. I really do think the women's division in WWE SmackDown has they need to pick it up. Charlotte and Alexa can't carry the whole division. And no disrespect to Tiffany Stratton, but you need to find. I think that really messed up her opponents because it probably was going to be Alexa and Charlotte, but now they just kind of got her in limbo. So when it comes to Tiffany, so I don't know what they're doing with that. Jay's going to be out probably substantial time because with that eye injury, want to make sure that she still looks like the part. So I don't know what they're doing with the women's division on SmackDown. I did hear that they're looking to call up a lot of people on NXT to try to rejuvenate and put some life to SmackDown. So we'll see what happens. And then we had the return of Ilya Dragunov, and he went against the United States champion Sami Zayn. And your winner and new champion Ilya Dragunov as now the United States champion. Then we had the Motor City Machine Guns versus Los Guerreros, and your winners was the Motor City Machine Gun. And then we had an impromptu match because it was supposed to be a number one contender match between Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre, and yet Jacob Fatu got attacked backstage. We seen toofuses, teeth, and a lot of blood laying on the floor. Cody got fired up. They had an impromptu match, and Cody Rhodes came out victorious. Still your WWE champion. And that is it for last week's news when it came down to the wrestling. And I would like to be able to give y'all all that good information. But it isn't my time to be able to let you guys know a couple of things. Number one, if you like to know or see any of my material and stuff like that when it comes to my wrestling, check me out. It's your boy TKO 336 on all social media sites, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. You can find me, as well as Twitch. I like to play some video games, especially with Fortnite with my kids. As well as I own a professional wrestling company. That's right, a professional wrestling company. It's called Icon Professional Wrestling, LLC. If you guys are interested and want to be a sponsor of our events coming up in the 2026 year, please hit us up at our email at iconprowrestlingllc@gmail.com, because we want you guys to be able to show that, number one, my knockouts from the knockout hour show love and represent for the man TKO, and let y'all know that Joe Guys is going to support one of the fastest growing wrestling companies out here in the independent scene. Now, this Sunday's gonna get real spooky. It's gonna get real spooky. See, I thought after all this time, after these months, that I finally got away from this guy, but it seems that it's time to do it one more time. Roosevelt, I'm not afraid to go toe to toe with you, and you know that. I'm not afraid to give everything I got, everything inside of me, to keep this junior heavyweight championship right here with me. The reason I say it's going to get spooky is because, number one, it's a Halloween event. Gonna be plenty of candy and treats for the kids. But I got my tricks for you, my brother. See, I know you're clever, you're crafty, you got so many years of ring experience. But see, TKO knows that you got some things up those sleeves in that suit you wear, brother. I know you got some tactics you ain't pulled out yet, because you're gonna have to pull out every single thing you learned in this wrestling business to take this away from me. I encourage you to realize that you're not the hunter, and I'm not the prey. That if you are walking into my ring, you are a guest in my house. And if I have to, and I will put you down. Because when it comes to Gouds, junior heavyweight champion TKO, you never get respect from me, bro. Not from me. And if you guys understand, which you already should at this point, for all the knockouts out there and the people that's just now tuning in, you best believe I'm willing to do anything it takes every single time I put this belt on the line. Because I worked too hard to get this up, and you're going to do everything it takes to get this off of me. So I'll see you Sunday, Roosevelt. Get ready, man, because I'm ready for you too, bro. I really am. But you guys, right after this show, I hope that you are ready to watch some wrestling to get you fired up for Sunday. If you want to check me out, we're going to be at Rubus Works in Raleigh, North Carolina. That's right, Rubus Works in Raleigh, North Carolina, October 26th. It's going to be at 2:00 p.m. Please come out. It's a free show. I know people say it's going to be cold. It's outside. Bring quilts, bring blankets, bring a hoodie, bring a friend. Again, it's a live event. We got patrons out there that's going to love to be able to have crafts, arts and crafts and services that you guys will love to be able to see and enjoy yourselves. And I say to the Gals Locker Room, I love you guys and I'm ready to go. We'll be ready Sunday to put on one heck of a show. To everybody out there, I love you guys. I appreciate y'all joining in every single week, because this right here gives me another reason to get going harder and keep doing everything that I enjoy to do in my life. But guys, I will see y'all next Monday. If you ain't doing anything Saturday between 12 and 2 o'clock, please check out the Knockout Out. Get me the fort. See y'all.
What you looking at, boy? What you looking at? I got a TKO on wherever the pool is at. What you looking at, boy? What you looking at? Got 2 duties of my own, I don't need a cat. Hold up.
No, sir. Step into the mic, bring me closer. Sabotage back in the lab, and to stop that, you gonna have to go through both. That swole up. Anytime I pull up the bars, I buck up my shoulders and pour the heart. Word to God, my gears push to start a feature, but my skill set a la carte. Woo! You don't understand. I got some sins in one palm of my hand. Balls are right rigid and bodies get numb every time I demonstrate the main rule of